Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to a brand new video here today and another F1 2020 video. This one is regarding a brand new patch that has been released on PC today and hopefully will be released to PS4 and Xbox in the next couple of hours or days, depending on when it gets approved by Sony and Microsoft. But crucially, there is an update on the way for all of you guys, and it has arrived today on PC. Patch 1.05, addressing most of the issues I think we've all had issues with on the F1 2020 game so far. So let's jump into it and let's see what the new patch has. And before we jump into it, there is no black Mercedes, okay? Let's just stop that right there before we get a million comments about it. This patch is to fix bugs and issues that are in the game at the moment. This isn't, you know, for aesthetics. The performance patch will arrive later on along with the black Mercedes. Those kind of patches are a bit bigger to make, and I think that will be a later patch. This one is just to fix some of the the glitches and bugs we've had in the game so far, that have been in the game since day one. So let's jump into it and let's break it down. So the first one we have is fix the crash that would occur after beating a rival in time trial. I've personally never had this one, but I can see why it happens, because whenever I do beat a rival in time trial, myself personally on PC, my game has a massive screen freeze when I cross the line. And I do think, because I've got a very good computer, I get away with it, but I can see why this would cause a crash on lower end systems. Number 2, players will no longer be incorrectly disqualified for not using the mandatory tyres during a race. This one's a big one. I've seen a lot of people talk about this one on Twitter, people that stream on Twitch, and I've seen a lot of examples of it. So it's good to see this has been fixed. If you don't know what this means, basically every race weekend, guys, in a 25, 50, or 100% race, you have to do at least one pit stop in a race, and you have to use at least 2 different tyre compounds. So you can't use the soft tyre 2 times, you can't use the medium tyre 2 times. You have to use one soft or one medium, or one soft and one hard, or one medium and one hard. Like, you've got to basically vary the compounds and use different types. You can't use the same one throughout a whole race. And the problem with the glitch was, even if you did like a soft to hard tyre strategy on a one-stop race, you would still be disqualified for not using the mandatory tyres, even though you did. So basically that was a really big glitch that had to be fixed, which is great to see. Number 3, qualifying times seen on the grid rundown are now correct. Finally, this one I've been waiting for a long time. I get a million comments on all of my videos in the comment section. Episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of the career mode episodes I've done so far, and other people as well. The comment section is full of, why is this guy faster than this guy, but he's starting behind him on the grid? It's a well-known glitch. It's been on F1 since F1 2018, I believe, as far as I can remember. And yeah, it's good to see that's fixed, because I'll get less comments about that now, and I don't have to reply to every single one saying what the issue is. So it's good to see that's finally fixed. Really, really big fan of that one.
Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Alexander Albon, and Ricciardo, Verstappen, Stroll, Raikkonen, and Esteban Ocon.
Point 4, gearbox wear is no longer scaled based on season length, which is quite interesting actually. I didn't know this was a thing, gearbox wear being scaled. So in theory, if you were affected by this, this will now mean that the gearbox wear is now going to be less, so you should be able to get a lot more life out of a gearbox in career mode, especially if you're doing longer races, which is really, really good. Number 5, fix the missing heads on the podium in multiplayer, which is great. There's been a few memes about that on social media. We've all seen them. Where people win the race, so there's a podium celebration and there's no head on the driver, so it's good to see that has been adjusted. This one's an interesting one, point number 6, because it was a bit of a loophole in Veloce's squad sprint in last season, and it is a bit of a loophole in league racing, but speeding when the virtual safety car is ending will now correctly penalise clients in a multiplayer session. If you didn't know, when you had a virtual safety car, you could actually get away with speeding. So the second you get the notification saying the VSC is ending, once it's said that, you could floor it and go negative on the delta into the red section, and you wouldn't get penalised for it. So it's good to see that little loophole has now been fixed. Number 7, when using a wheel, car controls will no longer control the camera at the race start, and I've had this one when I did my Monaco My Team career mode video. At the race start, when I was revving the throttle for the 5 red lights, the camera was moving up and down like I was controlling it, and I kept on looking in the settings. I spent 20 minutes trying to find the buttons, and there was no fix for it. So it's good to see it turns out that was a glitch, and it wasn't me just kind of making a big mistake, and that's now been fixed. Number 8, Xbox One hero stats for race wins, podiums, and laps completed have been reset and will no longer be affected by or affect F1 2019 stats. Number 9, Vietnam track introduction video now shows the correct number of DRS zones. I didn't know about that. I didn't realise, but good to see. Number 10, a very popular one. The character walking on water during the introduction cutscene in Australia now correctly has a boat to stand on. This one was a funny one, okay, because everyone's episode 1, the Australian Grand Prix on my team on career mode, it was literally Jesus is walking on water. That's all it was. That's what the top comments were in all of these videos. Jesus walking on water, which is it was hilarious at the time, and I think everyone had the glitch. But I think the best one was probably Jimmy Broadbent's reaction, which I absolutely loved. He was like, oh, he's just like pointing at the screen.
So much discussion in recent weeks mean nothing now, as the cars line up to battle it out for points once again. So let's get this season underway. Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix. The Melbourne circuit.
Fucking Jesus! Fucking Jesus!
But yeah, that one has been fixed. So yeah, no more Jesus walking on water in Albert Park. Number 11, fixed sponsor logos on suits appearing stretched in certain conditions. I can't say I've really noticed this, but now I think about it in detail, I think there were times where I was a little bit like, that looks a bit funny. So I think it's a minor fix, but good to see that they're working on those kind of things as well. Number 12, fixed several end of season sponsor payments. I haven't got there yet, so I can't comment, but good to see that's been addressed. Lucky number 13, improved abrupt force feedback issue under braking on direct drive wheels. Again, I don't have a direct drive, so I also can't comment on that, but good to see as well that they've worked on, not just bugs in terms of gameplay, but also wheel issues as well, which is really, really good. Number 14, a minor one here, but a used flashback prompt will now be shown the first time the player goes off track or collides with another vehicle. Number 15, numerous text and localization fixes. Not quite sure what that could be. That's quite general, so maybe we'll pick up on it in some other areas. And then finally, various other stability and bug fixes. So there you go. There are the patch notes, version 1.05 for the F1 2020 game. This is currently out on PC. It says it's coming to PS4 and Xbox later in the week. So keep your eyes peeled. It's Monday today as this video is recorded and the patch has come out. So let's hope by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday the patch has been released, because again, the reason it's not been released on console yet as quick as PC is because they're waiting for approval from Sony and Microsoft to approve both patches and kind of install them into the game and onto the respective stores, basically, and onto the software. So yeah guys, that's going to be it from me here today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, found it informative. If you did, drop me a like, and I'll be bringing you guys all the news when patches do get released, especially the Black Mercedes and the performance updates and all that kind of stuff. So like, subscribe, check out also the 2 videos guys on your screen if you haven't seen them. Check them out, you might enjoy them. And that's it from me here today guys, so I'll see you later on for another episode of the F1 2020 My Team Career Mode. But until then, take care, and it's goodbye from me.